All right, thank you guys. Welcome to the NHL video here today. And if you're new here, I just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my channel. My name is Brock Page and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And if you end up liking what you see here today, please feel free to hit that subscribe button right now and join the Brock Page family. We'd love to have you. And with that, guys, we're going to start off with the Stars versus the Panthers, 5 p.m. Eastern puck drop. The Florida Panthers are minus 140, totals 5.5 flat. And if you like the Stars to win this one outright on the road here, they're plus $1.20 on the money line, minus 225 on the puck line. Anton Khudobin projected in the net for Dallas, Chris Driedger for the Panthers. Now we're 3-1 in our last 4 extra daily picks on my Patreon website. We're also hitting at 67% in our last dozen premium sports picks in that same tier membership. We currently have over 1,350 members just like you who are signed up and active on that page. Now, when it comes to the Panthers here, this game is on their home ice. So they are the official home team, obviously. But anyway, Florida is in the top 3 in offensive shots on goal. And they're led by Patrick Hornquist, who has 8 total goals and 15 total points. Now, Florida also allows just 2.8 goals per contest. Chris Driedger is currently 7-1 straight up in 8 starts in the net, 220 goals against, 929 save percentage. They're taking on a Dallas squad who's been victorious in just 1 out of 5 road games, and they currently find themselves in the heart of a 6-game losing streak. Now, the Stars are in the bottom 3 in the NHL in offensive shots on goal on the road. They're also in the bottom 10 defensively in goals allowed away from home as well. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, Dallas is 3-2 to the over as the official road team, 60% to the over in their last 10 with Florida. Meanwhile, the Panthers saw 5 out of their last 7 contests get over the total of 5.5 goals themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Florida Panthers minus $1.40 and the over 5.5. Next game, Hurricanes, Lightning, 5 p.m. Eastern puck drop in Tampa. The Tampa Bay Lightning is minus 155, totals 6. Andrei Vasilevsky expected in the net for the Lightning. Alex Nedeljkovic slated for the Hurricanes. Now, Carolina's seen just 2 out of their last 10 contests stay under the total of 6 goals. Good amount of overs recently for the Canes. They're officially 7-2 to the over on the road and 10-6 to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Lightning on the other side of things saw 5 out of their last 7 at the Amalie Arena get over the posted total themselves. 10-6 to the over for the entire season as well. Should probably have ourselves a pretty fun one here in South Florida tonight. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the over 6 goals in that contest. All right. Next matchup, we're getting into the 7 o'clock slate here. I'm talking about the Flames versus the Leafs. Once again, 7 p.m. Eastern start time in Toronto. The Toronto Maple Leafs are the $1.50 favorite at home, total 6 even. And if you like the Flames to win this one outright on the road, they are plus $1.30 for some money line cash. Now, David Rittich is slated for the Flames, Michael Hutchinson for the Leafs. Hutchinson's making his 3rd start of the 2021 campaign. Pretty good numbers here. He comes into tonight's matchup with a .914 save percentage. But he's backed by a solid Toronto defense who ranks in the top 10 in goals allowed. And they also rank in the top 10 in defensive shots on goal as well. Meanwhile, on the scoring side, the Leafs are in the top 5 in putting the puck in the net. And they're led by Austin Matthews, who has 18 big goals thus far in this season. Now, the Maple Leafs, they're taking on a Calgary Flames team who lost 3 out of their last 4 contests themselves. They're also just 3-8 in their last 11 puck line plays on the road. So I know I'm having trouble talking today. I apologize. But they failed to cover the puck line in 8 out of their last 11 on the road. Now, this Calgary offensive attack is averaging just 2.3 goals per contest when they travel. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, Calgary's 7-4 to the under away from home, 12-7 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Leafs are 8-4 to the under at the Scotiabank Arena, 7-2 to the under in their last 9 meetings with Calgary. I'm going to lean toward the Toronto Maple Leafs minus $1.50 and the under 6 goals. Next matchup, Rangers, Flyers, 7 o'clock Eastern start. The Philadelphia Flyers are minus $1.25 at the Wells Fargo Center. Total's 5.5 flat. Looks like we're going to see Brian Elliott as the probable netminder here for Philly. Igor Shesterkin for New York. The Rangers are on a 2-game winning streak. Victories over the Capitals and this very Flyers team. New York currently leads the NHL in defensive shots on goal, and they hold their opponents to just 2.5 goals per contest when they travel. Igor Shesterkin has a goals against average of just .223 through 9 starts. He also has a save percentage of .922. The Rangers are taking on a Flyers team who dropped 4 out of their last 5 themselves, and they rank dead last in the league in offensive shots on goal. They're actually getting the puck on the net just 23 times a game. Now, total-wise, 6 out of Philly's last 9 meetings with New York stayed under the number. The Rangers are 5-1 to the under when they traveled this season themselves. New York's officially 12-4 to the under overall for the entire season, regardless of location. I'm going to lean toward the underdog New York Rangers plus 105 and the under 5.5. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup of the show. It is going to be the Wild versus the Avalanche, 9 p.m. East. The Avalanche is minus 175, totals 5.5. And if you like the Wild in an upset on the road, they're plus 155 to win it, minus 160 to keep it close. Kaapo Kähkönen for the Wild, Phil Grubauer for the Avalanche. Now, the Avalanche has failed to cover the puck line in 10 out of 15 contests this season. They're also averaging just 2.9 goals per game. They're taking on a Minnesota squad who's on a 3-game winning streak themselves, and they also find themselves with a .667 win percentage on the road. Kaapo Kähkönen, 6-4 in 10 starts on the year, 241 goals against, .915 save percentage. Minnesota's allowing just 2.1 goals per contest when they travel. Now, scoring-wise, 3 out of Minnesota's last 5 games stayed under the total of 5.5 goals, 5-4 to the under officially when they travel. Meanwhile, Colorado saw 5 out of their last 7 home games stay under the total themselves, 10-5 to the under for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Minnesota Wild plus 1.5 and the under 5.5 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap, once again powered to you by my Patreon website, where we are 3-1 in our last 4 extra daily picks on that Patreon page. We're also hitting at 67% in our last dozen premium sports picks in that same tier membership. So for my first game, I'm going to lean toward the Florida Panthers minus 140 over 5.5. I also like the over 6 goals in the Carolina-Tampa Bay game. I like Toronto minus 150 under 6 goals. I'm also leaning toward the underdog New York Rangers plus 105 under 5.5. Before I give you my next and final matchup for the show here, one final reminder to please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. If you ended up enjoying today's video, I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm going to lean toward the Minnesota Wild plus 1.5 and the under 5.5 goals. And guys, one final reminder that all my content here on my YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes only. I don't make any guarantees of any kind. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some shout-outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. Shout out to Jenfrel Cabotin, Franco Lanzarini, Mosley P, New York FCK, Renisha Brown, King Jackson, Benny Martinez, Sebastian Weinberg, Swavey380, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend, RC Guapo. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I hope you have a somewhat really great day.